Hey there. Time to get down to business. Yes. Are you a licensed massage therapist? Are you starting a business? Are you running a business? Well, my name is Jodi Scholes, and I am your instructor on the business of massage therapy. Specifically, I like to speak to you if you have been licensed recently. Maybe you've been running a business, maybe you've moved to another state. There's all sorts of reasons you just recently maybe passed the NBLEX or got licensed. But I am here today to give you some business essentials on what do you need to function your practice, to function with ease in your practice. And this includes a wide variety of things, some of which you've already thought of, some of which maybe you haven't thought of. So let's get started with some business essentials for massage therapists. I am referring to this time together as the next year of mastery, your best year. It might not be your first year, but for many, many of you are still in your first 12 months of practicing. But whether you've been practicing for 12 months or 12 years, I don't care. What we're going to cover in these continuing education classes is so fundamental, so straightforward, and yet so essential to having a professional practice. And you know what, guys? For the first couple of years of my practice, I winged it. I did. I didn't know what I was doing. Honestly, I made so many mistakes. Oh my goodness. Have you ever printed a flyer or printed a business card or sent in an ad and it had a typo? I have. You ever printed 500 business cards and didn't put your phone number on there? I have. And it seems so fundamental, right? These are the business basics. But you know what? When you are operating by yourself, and for many of you, you are on your own, you're not in a multi-therapist practice. You're not working with a partner. So when you're doing this all by yourself, it's easy to overlook stuff. Because what I wanted to talk to you about today is from the principles of a fella, an author, an amazing author. I'll mention a few today. Uh, an amazing author called Michael Gerber. And Mr. Gerber wrote a book called The E Myth. And the E myth is the entrepreneurial myth. And in the E myth, Mr. Gerber speaks about this lovely entrepreneur, a woman who just loved making pies. She was really good at making pies, and all her friends told her, "Oh my God, you're so good at making pies. You should open a pie shop." And so eventually, Maria opened a pie shop. And Maria made pies, and she loved making pies. And people started talking about her pies. And the pie shop got really busy. And so Maria started to have to show up about an hour earlier than normal to make even more pies. And she got more popular. And she ended up having to stay about an hour later to clean up after everybody had been through, to clean up her kitchen area, to clean up the bathroom, to clean up all these things to get ready for the next day. And what ended up happening to Maria over the first few months of her practice, of her pie shop, was that she only spent about half her time making pies. And the other half of her time, she was working on the business. She was doing the books. She was going to the bank to make deposits. She was getting change. She was buying ingredients. She was cleaning up after a long day. And when she had talked a long day, it had been a hard day. She was tired. She was ready to go home. And yet there were all these other aspects of the business that she hadn't thought about. And Maria started to actually resent the business a little bit. She started to get frustrated that she had to go in early and stay late because all she really wanted to do was make pies. And there's nothing wrong with making pies. I want to relate Maria's experience back to your own experience of being a licensed massage therapist. You love the work. You do. You love the work. You know, even those grumpy clients, even those prickly, hard to deal with clients, once they get on the massage table, it's all different. You can facilitate a space. You are learning how to facilitate this space where the body heals. And it's a magical space. It's what drew you to this profession. Being the technician, being the massage therapist, producing these beautiful sessions for people, using hot stones or hot towels. I mean, using, cupping, doing pregnancy massage, whatever your thing is, and whatever your things are going to be, that is a magical time. And to be successful in facilitating that space for the body to heal, to facilitate that space in your treatment room where that client feels comfortable and safe and not judged. There's a lot more that has to happen than just your skill set. And in the book, Michael Gerber talks about, in the book, The E-Myth, the author talks about the 3 roles that we play as entrepreneurs. One is the massage therapist. You get to do the work. The second role is the manager role. You got to manage the business, the operations of the business. So you're taking phone calls to make appointments. You're making copies of your health intake sheet. You're emailing directions. You're setting your rates. What are you charging to do an out call? What are you charging? Are you seeing people in your home? You're managing your business. And as you start to see clients, you may have had times where it's like, oh, I need a health intake sheet. Or, oh, I need a pregnancy waiver. And you may have had times in your business where you've got a full day planned, treatment room is ready, you're seeing 3 clients that day. And you look at your watch and you're like, okay, my client's 10 minutes late. Okay. Have you had a client no show? It's like, no show, no call. What's going on? It happens now and then. My personal practice, I send a text message or an email message reminder the day before. Sometimes 3 days before, depends. But there's a policy around that. Depends on if it's a weekend or a weekday. And these are the types of management decisions. These are the types of operational decisions that I'm talking about in your business. Do you have a policy if someone no shows and no call? In my personal practice, I have a 3 rule. I have three strikes rule. 3 strikes. If you end up canceling within 24 hours, 3 times in a row, then what that tells me, if my client has canceled within 24 hours, 3 times in a calendar year, that tells me that that client's life is maybe a little bit too chaotic right now. Maybe that client's schedule is a little unpredictable, and that's not going to do well for him or her, to make a regular appointment. So I simply tell them, hey, let's wait to make your next appointment. You call me when you're ready. Versus the other side of the operational coin, and that is rebooking everybody all the time. Have you been rebooking everybody all the time? In our business class, our continuing education class, Part of the operations of your business is rescheduling people. And that happens when the session ends, when they are paying for their session or they're leaving. By simply offering an opinion and giving some feedback. And we get down into the nitty-gritty of what to say, when to say it, and then in class, we're going to role play it. For example, if you were my client and you were leaving, I would say, "How you feeling?" "Great. Oh, I'm so glad. Hey, here's a bottle of water." "Awesome." And you know what? Your body responded very well to massage. In my opinion, I think you'll be ready for your next session in 4 weeks. Would you like to go ahead and set that up? That's how easy rebooking, rescheduling your client can be, in my opinion. That's all you have to do is offer them your opinion. And through the years, I've trained literally dozens and dozens and dozens, probably a couple hundred people on this exact technique. To make it easy, when we are in service to the client, offering them our genuine opinion, then we are managing our business as well as we're working in our business as well as on our business. And we're being in service to the client to get them on the schedule again. Because you've been out there, you've worked with clients who call you, you've gotten the phone call probably already from clients who are like, "Oh my gosh, I need you." Have you had that happen? If it hasn't happened already, trust me, it will. That client is calling because about 2 weeks ago, they were ready for their massage. Now they're overdue. Now they're like, "Oh my gosh, I can you have anything today or tomorrow?" That's kinda hard to navigate. But again, this is the opportunity, these classes are the opportunity for you to put your manager hat on, for you to think about the operations of your business. Another thing we talk about as far as your management role is, what are your hours? Do you have set hours? You say, "Jodi, I can work anytime. I work all the time. I am ready to go." Well, you know what? That's great. Having a set schedule will offer you some comfort and ease, and it'll be way easier for your clients to schedule. If they know that you work Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, they're good. They're not asking you for Sunday. If they know you work just weekends, you work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then they're not asking you for a Tuesday night 7 o'clock appointment. So part of what we address in our continuing education classes is how to set your hours. And then once a month, how to adjust your hours, if necessary. Things happen, and we've seen it recently with, going from summer to fall. Maybe it's the start of a new year. There are things that change in your schedule. Maybe you're taking a class. Maybe your kids are taking classes and the only time they can take them is on a Saturday. It's all good, but we have to plan ahead to have that calm and professional approach with our clients by planning our hours, by planning our rates, being calm and confident when someone says, "What do you charge?" I'm very calm when I say I charge $125 for a 60-minute session. How does that sound to you? And you may notice I tend to nod my head and smile when I ask a question, when I want to rebook. "So would you like to go ahead and put that on the schedule for 4 weeks?" I smile and I nod. It's like, "Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do that." These are some of the subtle things that you're going to be learning in the business class, the essential business for licensed massage therapists. But you may notice on our screen, there's one more role. In the E-Myth, it talked about that not only are you the licensed massage therapist, not only are you managing the operations of your practice, but also you're doing all the PR. You're doing all the marketing. You're doing all the hustling to get there. Yup, that's on you. And some of you've got experience with this. Some of you are very comfortable in operating your business. Some of you have operated other businesses before. With the massage business, where do our best clients come from? Well, they come from the same place as every other business, word of mouth. And depending on if you are a solopreneur, one person, solo entrepreneur, one person, and you're looking for 10 to 12 to 20 clients a week, or if you have visions of adding staff. In my business, I grew my business to have about, I think at the top we had 16 massage therapists working throughout the week, some part-time, some full-time, but we were open 7 days a week, 5 treatment rooms, 3 administrative staff. We were seeing about 100 to 125 clients per week. We saw about 500 clients a month. Yeah. And that's a whole nother kettle of fish. That's a whole nother model. But if you are aspiring to that, if you're thinking, yeah, someday I'd like to take on maybe not 16 people, but maybe a few people to help with rent or to have a wellness center. Maybe they're not all massage therapists. Maybe you're looking at adding aesthetics. Maybe your background is in nursing and you want to do some other medical type procedures. Maybe you're going to attract an acupuncturist or a chiropractor to share your space. Those are models that absolutely can be a part of your PR, your public relations, and your marketing. And there is a difference between public relations and marketing. Public relations, PR, that's promoting the good work that you do. That's just putting it out there. This is what I'm up to. This is who I'm helping. This is the charity I'm with today. This is where I'm volunteering. This is how we're giving back. This is that, we donated non-perishable items to this event. Hey, I'm running a 5K. Hey, I'm sponsoring a 5K. Public relations. Marketing is specific. Marketing is the efforts that you are going to make or that you are making that generate sales. Ew, sales. Sales is a dirty word. I don't like being a salesperson. I don't like to sell things. If people want a massage, if people want, if they want to schedule with me, they'll get in touch. Well, part of your responsibility as a licensed massage therapist is to make it easy for your clients to buy from you. If you're the best kept secret, that's not serving your clients. There are people who need your services, who want your services. There are people who would benefit from your services, and you would benefit from working on them. You see, when we take on a new client, we've agreed to have an exchange of energy. Did they talk about this in your massage school? Maybe, but it might have been a while. You see, massage therapy and clients, massage therapists and clients exchange energy. You give an hour of your time. You give 90 minutes of your time. Your client offers money. That money is in exchange for the time that you have spent. This is simply an exchange of energy. And this is the balance. And so your marketing efforts are with the intention of attracting new clients. Have you thought about how many clients you'd like to see in a week. This is part of what we're going to talk about in our Essentials business class. Business Essentials for Massage Therapists. We're going to talk about your hours. How many hours do you want or need to work in a month? What's possible? Let me give you just, and what's possible informs your marketing. The reason we want to figure that number out, not just because we're going to do a budget and we're going to make sure that you're making money, but making money isn't this kind of like out here in the kind of, oh, I'm making money. We are going to be determining how much money you make. We're going to get really specific in our Business Essentials class. Yeah. What's your budget? Where else is money coming from? What's the monthly nut that it costs you to have a roof over your head, put food in your fridge, put gas in your tank, make your car payment, make your insurance payments? What does it cost? If you don't know, we're going to figure it out. And this leads us right back. So say it's $5,000 a month. You would be overjoyed at making $5,000 a month doing massage therapy. As a part of your marketing, before we start marketing, we figure out, okay, $5,000 a month divided by, let's say you charge $100. We'll keep it easy, right? $5,000 a month divided by $100 per session means you'll be seeing 50 clients. Holy mackerel, 50 clients. That's crazy. Is it? Divide 50 by 4 weeks. And what you'll find is that's 12 and a half clients. So maybe a 90-minute session in there. But 12 and a half hours of massage each week. That becomes your nut. That becomes your goal. That's what you market towards. And what's beautiful about having a goal is that it's a starting line. It's a starting point for you to know, okay, at 12 and a half hours, I'm good. You know what that also becomes? Your finish line. Not forever, but when you have the peace of mind of knowing that once you have done 12 and a half hours of massage each week, that that's all you need to do, it takes away the squirrel brain. It takes away the monkey mind. It takes away this anxious feeling. Maybe you felt this anxious feeling. Some people feel it. This anxious feeling of, oh my God, I got to do more. I always have to do more. I always have to say yes. Nope, you sure don't. Because you know what your goal is. And so before we even start talking about marketing or PR, we figure out your goals, because that is a business essential of being a licensed massage therapist. So you see, we have 3 hats that we wear in general. The production hat, meaning that you're producing massages. You're the technician. You do production. You wear your operations hat. There are days that you work on the business, not in the business. So making deposits, paying bills, that's the second hat you wear, that operations hat. And once you have that manager hat on, that operations hat on, and you've figured out your goal for the number of clients you're going to see, client hours, then we get to marketing. We get to go have some fun. And the curriculum that I've put together is comprehensive to these aspects of your business. And you'll see one of the pictures here is a funny guy wearing many hats. And you're going to find that in your massage therapy business, you will wear many hats. And look, If you are ready and you know that you are going to go work for someone else for a while, bonus. Let me tell you, it's easier. It's easier to go work for someone, but all of this stuff is still necessary because you're going to be asked by family, by friends, hey, you're doing massage now, right? How do I make an appointment? And this isn't about having a website or starting online marketing or starting online scheduling. No, 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 no. This is about the fundamentals. This is about the fundamentals. How to know the hours that you work based on the expenses or the nut that you have. And it may not be 12 and a half for you. It might be 4. It might be 20. But we don't know that until we do the math. So the curriculum is comprehensive to cover the fundamentals. This is also as a curriculum that's going to give you a deeper body of knowledge about yourself, how you're wired. Look, I've had therapists tell me, Jodi, I'm going to see 6 people a day. Yeah, you just watch. I'm going to make some money. Well, for some people that works. But for other people, the sweet spot is 2. For other people, the sweet spot is 4, as far as how many client hours to do in a day. You'll have a deeper knowledge of yourself, a deeper body of knowledge of yourself and of how you are most comfortably going to practice. This, when we have that deeper body of knowledge, that's what leads to the smooth operations. That's what leads to people booking 2 or 3 appointments in advance because they know, okay, that Saturday morning appointment gets booked all the time. I'd like to have that Saturday morning appointment for the next month. Smoother operations. When we know our goals for marketing, our goals beyond, I want to get new clients. When the therapist tells me, I want to get new clients, I ask them, how many new clients? Well, I don't know. Oh, but you do know. We'll be talking about it in our Business Essentials continuing education class, how frequently your clients come in, what their value is worth. Do they see you for 60 or 90 minutes? And how many appointments do you have available in a month? This leads you to excellent marketing. And it leads you to peace of mind, even when you take vacations. Because vacations don't usually sneak up on you. If you're going to take the week between Christmas and New Year's off, if you're going to take the week of Thanksgiving off, if you're going to take the week of your birthday off, let's plan it. If I have 20 days available in a month to work, say I work 4 days a week and there's 4 weeks, so I have 16 days available. How many clients am I going to see? For me, anywhere from 16 to 32 clients. It's math. I know. So that leads to really excellent marketing. And it leads to vacations where you can really rest and not feeling guilty or worried while you're on vacation because you know the numbers. This leads you to a full practice. A full practice. That full practice looks different for every person. My full practice is no more than 20 clients a month. What is your full practice? It could look more like 40 clients a month, 80 clients a month, 100 clients a month. It just depends. Are you working part-time or full-time? Oh, I work all the time. Okay, how many appointments do you have available in a week? As many as they need. Nope. It's a little shout out to Makumbo. Yeah. But that's not how we do it. Mm-mm-mm-mm. You have, if you're seeing 100 clients in a month, you have 25 appointments a week available. How does that show up in your schedule? That's what we're going to cover in the Business Essentials for Massage Therapists. These simple things that seem so straightforward can really create chaos in our lives. Yeah, if you don't know your rates, if you don't know how you can get paid, it's a little awkward when someone says, "Oh, do you take credit cards?" and they hand you a credit card. It's so easy now to take electronic payments, but do you have it set up? Did they know about it beforehand? This again, I am here to help you have smooth operations in your personal practice. I am here to give you excellent marketing techniques and strategies. This, all while earning continuing education, brings you pretty quickly to a full practice. So what does that look like? Well, this is what it's going to look like for our first few sessions. I decided to show you the curriculum here. So we're starting on October 15th. It's just around the corner. But this is a program that is going to repeat itself over 12 months. So it will have great value anytime that you join. But we are getting started right away, 15th of October. We're going to be talking about creating that schedule, making sure you have your basic policies in place, and we're going to do that rebooking training. Yes, yes. You'll have a little homework, and we're only going to meet every 2 weeks. So it gives you time to implement what you've learned, time to do the homework. In this case, there's a very skinny book called The Richest Man in Babylon, and it's going to be informing what are your 5 biggest expenses. We're going to tackle that right out. This is in the first in October. Then we're going to move into November, and you're going to be getting ready to have the best November and December you've ever had in your business. How to maximize November and December. We are going to be meeting twice a month, so 2 Tuesdays, at least for the first 3 months. It's the next 2 Tuesdays. So Tuesday, every other Tuesday, 2 Tuesdays a month, we'll be meeting and going over those foundational things. Those 2 live classes are supported by 6 online lectures. And what made me think of that was the one that we're going to be doing in November. The lecture itself is going to be called Maximizing November and December. And if you already feel like you're riding kind of the buck and bronco, right? That you're already riding kind of a wild bull in your practice and things are like, woo, okay. Then all 6 of those classes are going to go onto your dashboard right back in the online learning center where you and I were learning together during your MBLEX training. Yes, all 6 are ready for you. And the good news, no quizzes. No quizzes, just the classes. But we start off with building a solid foundation. That's our lecture for October. And then maximizing November and December. That's going to be in November. This gives you a little sample of what our curriculum is going to look like, how rich this curriculum is, and how it's going to support you in your business. And so, like I mentioned, we're getting started on Tuesday, October 15th at 12 o'clock. For those people who sign up now, who sign up before we start, you are going to be the ones influencing the day and the time. We're going to be polling, taking a survey of all of the students in class as to whether or not this day and time is best. We could move it to Tuesday night at 5 o'clock. We could move it to a Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. But right now, we're going to be keeping it on Tuesday at 12 o'clock to just get us started. Just get us started. And here's the good news. Here's the even better news. For those of you who sign up now, before we get started, you are going to be in at just $59 a month. This is basically small group business coaching. And if you compare rates, you can see some people are charging $500, $600. Some people are charging $200. But because we have prior relationships, the only people I'm offering this to are people who've been through my MBLEX review class. So you've already been patrons. You know how it works. $59 per month. Now, and I will tell you that this is the kickoff, right? We're getting started. And so this rate is going to be good straight through the end of the year. In 90 days, okay, you ready for this? In 90 days, if you don't feel like you've gotten your money's worth, I mean, this is a month-to-month program anyhow. You can quit anytime you want. Not quit. You can take a pause or you can take a break anytime you want. But after 3 months, you're going to know if this is valuable for you. And everyone who signs up now, before we get started, before the end of the year, you will be grandfathered in at the $59 because on January 1st, the rate goes up to $99. Yep, I know this is valuable. I know my time is valuable. I know what we're going to do here is going to knock your socks off and you're going to love it. And it's going to massively impact your success and your professionalism. Yeah. And I want to be there for you. I've seen so many of you launch right into your practice, right into seeing clients. And I'm so happy for you. And yet I know too often that massage therapists are all alone. You're just trying to figure it out. And yeah, you've got good business sense. I know you do. And I know sometimes you need somebody to just bounce some ideas off of. That's me. I have been 30 years doing massage therapy. It's my 30th year. And I've made a lot of mistakes. I have. Look, I'm going to tell you some stories during these classes. You're going to be like, really? Yeah. And the reason that I've taken the time to get these classes approved as continuing education is because I want to help you avoid some mistakes. I want to help make it easier for you. I want to help save you some money. I want to help save some of your time and energy. I want to give you some pearls of wisdom, some mentorship, especially at this part of your career. So I'm inviting you to join me. Once we wrap up here today, head back over to the Patreon site, Patreon.com/Jodi Scholes. The new level is open. It's $59 for the month. We get started on October 15th, but as soon as you register, those 6 classes are loaded up onto your online learning center, onto your dashboard. And don't worry, I'll send you directions again on how to log in. And you can go and you can watch some of those prior to us getting started, or you can just log in and make sure they're there and being ready for when we start on Tuesday, October 15th at 12 o'clock noon Eastern time. So I invite you to join me. I'm looking forward. It's going to be limited. I'm limiting it to 25 participants. Yeah. So this isn't going to be, a big free for all. It's going to be focused and strategic to strengthen, to grow, and to solidify your massage therapy practice, building that solid foundation. That's what it's all about. This whole series is all about building your solid foundation for your practice. So I'm going to wrap up this webinar now, again, by inviting you to join me. Head on over to Patreon.com/Jodi Scholes. Join me and put me to the test. See if it's worth it for you. I feel 100% certain that you're going to be delighted and overjoyed with your results. All right, I'll see you soon.